All right, third grade, today this is lesson 4.6, and today it's about today's learning target is I can round two-digit numbers to the nearest 10. And again, this is a little bit of a review as we've already done some of these, so this should be pretty easy. So you're going to start with page 225. We've cut off the bottom parts, but you're going to continue with, you're going to have the top part to work on, and I'm going to do two examples. So when you're rounding a number to the nearest 10, how do you know whether you round up or round down? Well, it's a lot like yesterday. These are I'll start with a smaller number. So let's start with 52. So 52, so in this case, we're not rounding to the nearest 100, we're rounding to the nearest 10. So we're going to underline the 10 spot, since that's the value we're rounding to, and we're going to circle that number to the right. So 52, and we follow our rules that if it's less than halfway to the next number, then we round down. So we're going to round this one to 50. And if we have a number, say like 78, we're going to we're rounding to the nearest 10, so there we go. And then we have our 8 there, so I'm going to circle that since that's to the right of the underline. So we look at that number and it's over halfway, so if it's 5 and above, give it a shove. So we're going to round that one to 80. And then if we also have one that is in the middle, so say 35, there's our 30, and if it's halfway above or halfway to the next number, then we had to make a rule, so it's 5 and above, give it a shove, so that one is 40. If it's 4 and below, lay it low, so just to where it was staying. All right, so when you round a number to the nearest 10, how do you know whether to round up or round down? So you're going to look at the ones place, and if it is halfway or more to the next 10, round up. If it is below halfway, round down. There you go. So, and then we're going to do a couple of these practice ones up here. 63. So I'm going to go ahead and get those secret code cards out so we can just use them and look at them a little bit. So 63, here's 60, and here's 3. So if we turn them over, remember we know that it's at least this one here, what we've got here, and it might also round up to having more. But if we look at it, we can see that this is not halfway to another one, so we need to stay where we are. So I'm going to underline the 6, circle the 3, it's 4 and below, lay it low. So it's just the 60. For when we have a three-digit number to the nearest 10, then we have to do this. We're going to still underline the tens place because that is where we're rounding to the nearest 10. So I underline there, I circle here. So when I have 162, here's 100, here's 60, and here's 2. 162 is my secret code cards. So I'm still rounding to the nearest 10. So the 100 is going to stay the same. The 100 is going to stay all by itself the same because it's not changing. But then I look at 62. I have 60 and I have 2. 2 is not halfway or more to 60, so it's going to be 160. Let's do one more of those. 741. I'm going to underline the 4. 7 is going to stay the same. 700 because it's not changing. And then I'm going to look at the tens place. And then look at circle that 1. 1 is 4 and below, lay it low. So it's going to be 740. So you'll notice the ones changed into that 0, and otherwise the 100 stayed the same. And so there might be a case where you're rounding up into the next 10, and that 10 might be a new 100. That is a possibility. All right, so you're also going to be asked to do page 226 today. So we're going to do this first one together. and then you will be doing the rest of it on your own. So the chart at the right, so this one here, shows how many smoothies and the Juice Hut sold yesterday. By rounding each number to the nearest 10, estimate how many smoothies the Juice Hut sold in all. So by rounding. All right, so 13 is going to, so I'm underlining that, circling that. That's going to be 10, 38, 8 and 5 and above, give it a shove, so that's 40. 44, underlining, giving a circle, that's 4 and below, lay it low. And 61, there's my 6, there's my 1, so that's 60. I'm going to add those together. So 60 and 40 gives me 100. Then another 40 is 140, and then a 10. Or I can add those all up in a line as well with my 0. 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 6 is 15. But I also could do that with my mental math as well. So about 150 smoothies. Don't forget your label. All right, my friends, so you're going to follow these really carefully. Remember, they're going to say to the nearest 10, about how many. You're going to be rounding. This one here, you're going to be looking at those numbers by rounding first to the nearest 100, then to the nearest 10, and then you're going to find the real total and find out which one of these estimates was actually closer. All right, friends, good job on your math. And get those. Don't forget to turn them in to me so that I can give you credit for it. Thank you.